Oh my God! Unbelievable! I'm not ready to retire. You know, getting cut was never in my thought process. Retiring was never in my thought process. Only thing that was in my thought process is, what the fuck are you doing? Get your fucking shit in the gear. Do what you have to do. And train the way you fucking need to train. Like, quit fucking horsing around. Like, quit trying to help so many fucking people and help yourself get to where you fucking need to be, so that way you can help other people. And that really put myself in gear. And like I said, it's not easy doing what we do inside that cage. It takes a lot of fucking balls, but we don't have the only occupation where it takes balls. So I'm blessed to be able to do what I do. And like I said, it's never been a thought in my head that to retirement. I've been competing for 35 years, Ariel. I don't know anything different but to win and to lose. Well, not lose, but I know how to lose. Losing is not, I don't like to lose. I fucking hate losing. But I do know how to lose. I don't like to be a sore loser, but I know how to get back on my bike, and I know how to get going forward. And I know a lot of times when I was training, I always want to box. I want to box. I love wrestling. I love wearing shoes. You know, competing in all my sports, I always wore shoes. Never wore shoes in MMA, which is crazy. And I never practiced in a cage. The only time I'm in the cage is during the fight. And the only time I'm really sparring is in the fight. So there's a lot of different factors that I can check off. And I might have said this before in my other fights, so you always hear that, oh, you've said this before. Yeah, but there's a difference between saying it and then actually doing it. And instead of partially doing it, is doing it how you're supposed to. And that's where I'm at right now. And I got people checking on me, making sure they're like, hey, when are we gonna do this? When are we gonna do this? When are we gonna do this? And when are we gonna do this? And I'm also coaching football. My kids' Little League football team, I'm helping out with that. And it's been freaking awesome to be around a team. And I miss that vibe where it's not just a few people. The game has changed in MMA, where it used to be, the Fertitas used to say, you know, quit taking pictures with the whole class. You don't need to be that. The camps need to be centered around what you're doing. And that's what I started doing, but the game has changed. The game always changes. It always evolves. And now you have a whole bunch of people going out to these big teams and competing and practicing. And a big dog is going to think he's a big dog if he's around a bunch of big dogs. A big dog is going to think he's a small dog if he's around a bunch of small dogs. I got a German Shepherd that's around a couple French Bulldogs, and a little fucker thinks he can fit through the small doggy door. So it's interesting how that shit works, but I still got the character to do this stuff, Ariel.
And that we have the title fight, of course, Charles Oliveira, and we have a couple guys like Justin Gaethje and Dustin Poirier. I don't know what these guys are going to do, but we have guys like Dan Hooker. He doesn't have a fight. I would love to finish him on the first round. On the first round, my brother. Because, Ariel, I am the best jiu-jitsu of the division right now. I have 10 rear naked choke finish. 10. We don't see anybody that had 10 rear naked choke.
Sure.
And I guarantee you, if he accepts to fight me, I will finish him in the first round.
Yes, I saw your tweet. We're showing it on the screen now. You said, hopefully soon. Is this the fight that they're talking about, you versus Dan Hooker?
Yes, I don't know what's going on. I think Dan Hooker, he's want to fight Dustin Poirier, but that fight is not gonna happen. You know, from what I heard, he's waiting on Dustin Poirier, but let's be honest, Dustin Poirier doesn't have to fight Dan Hooker because he already beat Dan Hooker, and Dustin is on another level too of legacy, of like title fights. I think Dustin will fight RDA. I don't know why. I never heard any conversation about that, but that a fight that makes sense. He can go to 170. RDA was a former 155 champion. But my whole problem with the division right now is Dan Hooker. I want to fight Dan Hooker, you know. If Dan Hooker doesn't want to fight, I can fight Jalin Turner. We already agreed on the fight a couple months ago. I was scrolling to Instagram and he was asking for a fight, and I say, hey, I can go even November, you know. And he say, okay, let's do that. And people are not sending me the contract. I don't know what's going on, but can be both, you know. Dan Hooker is better because he's above on the rankings, but Jalen Turner can have it too, can be finished on the first round too.
No, it was actually Ian Gary. They had mentioned it literally the night that he called me out. Got a phone call from them. Hey, how about fight, Ian Gary at MSG? And I'm like, look, no, guys, Kamaru Usman called me out. Let's try to make this fight happen. I want to fight somebody ranked above me. And at that point in time, there was nobody ranked above me to fight but Kamaru. He was the one that wanted to do it. Of course, UFC had different plans for him. And then I found out that Shavkat fight didn't end up happening. So I was like, hey, let's do this in December. And he was all for it. So, I know his fans were happy because there was a lot of people who weren't wanting that fight. This dude's undefeated, 100% finish rate. Like, you go out there and upset them, man, they got to give you at least a title fight or something. So I'm looking forward to this fight. I know he's tough. And, I want to prove to the UFC that I still got the wrestling. When I fought Gilbert and Bilal, it was the first time that I've ever lost a fight that way. Somebody just holding you down. And so I learned a lot from that fight. So, and I've gotten better since then. So, yeah, man, I think it's going to be a very exciting fight. Tough fight, but, I'm ready for it.
Do you think there ever would have been a possibility of you fighting Gary had the Usman thing not happening?
I don't know, man. I was shooting really hard to get somebody that was ranked above me. So I doubt it. Now, in some point in time, he keeps working his way up. There's definitely potential down the road for that fight to happen. I think as a fan standpoint, I think it would be a very exciting fight for sure. But for me to be at, my future, where I'm at in my career, fighting somebody ranked above me is just makes sense for me at this point.
Going down on October 14th, the Zone pay-per-view, double main event.
Yeah.
No pay-per-view points. I think we could change that.
We should.
Do you want me to put in the word?
Please.
All right. 195, 6 rounds.
Yeah.
I actually feel like we've broken a lot of news here today because all this stuff was up in the air. Drug testing.
Piss test. Whatever.
Piss test, but random.
No.
I was told random.
Okay, random. Yes, random in 2 weeks. That's how you know that he's blending his system. Come on.
Could it happen in...
Please give it to me now.
Yeah.
I'm down forever.
Why does he want you to do an STD test?
Because he's just trying to be funny. His fucking fiance should do one.
And you're going to win.
Yes.
And then the plan is UFC.
Yes.
That's
or if the money's good, Jay Parker is like maybe. It's tempting.
That'd be big.
It would be big. Imagine him trying to avenge his buddy.
If you knock him out and
in
then...
reality,
by the way, if you knock him out, I think Jake would take that fight.
Who does Jake have to fight besides Tommy? If Tommy loses or Tommy...
Yeah, no, I agree.
Someone else.
If you knock out Logan, I think you versus Jake is
and then I'm the A side.
Jake wants Canelo.
You know who I want to box? Nate Diaz.
Oh,
we have a history. It's not far.
But here's the thing. I think this is all possible.
I know. It's not far.
If you win. I don't think...
Nate didn't win.
Yeah, but...
But what? He got his ass whooped.
You did choke him.
Okay, so if I choke Logan, that means it's... Are
you going to try to do that?
Can't say.
Guillotine?
May not be guilty.
Pull guard?
You better be worried.
So
I have a lot of ways to win, I'll tell you that.
Honestly, I'm giving you props. Like, based on what you've done to repair your brand...
It's pretty hard.
No, based on what you've done. You win this fight October 14th, I think truly the world is yours, as the great... what's his name once said? Al Pacino? Yeah, that movie? I really think the world is yours. I don't know what happens.
No one even expects me to put up a good fight.
I do.
Because I'm going to get up like 30 seconds.
I expect it to be a good fight. I think people are
underestimating.
Yeah, I really do.